Indoor cycling, Zwift, racing, parenting. We cover those and all of our hopes and dreams in between. Welcome to the Talk Dirty to Me podcast, an entertaining look into the lives of everyday people trying to achieve virtual cycling glory from our basements and garages from around the world. This podcast is rooted in Zwift and has evolved into found friendships, fitness, health, and a little sprinkle of humor. This may be one of the only podcasts where a little heavy breathing shouldn't scare you away, because we're riding our bikes while we're recording it.
Morning, fellas. Got all four of us here today.
Morning.
So, rare feat.
Just barely.
Just barely. Man. Well, I'll tell you, my little dog that sleeps in bed with us, horrible idea, by the way. Never share a bed with your animals. Unless that's your thing, whatever. But started dry heaving at 3:20 this morning. So that's what time I woke up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll get through it. How's everybody else doing today?
How's she doing?
She always pukes. She's fine. She's like 12 years old and dying from the inside.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Wow. He's like so callous. Hey, just let your kids watch this episode.
It's a lot.
We talk about dogs being.
My kids just stopped asking for a dog, and now they want a cat.
Oh,
I'm like,
Oh.
no. Let's go back to asking for a dog. We still aren't getting one of those, but
at least I'm on board.
I'm actually allergic to cats, so I have a full excuse.
See?
allergic to cats and not dogs?
Well, I have a mild allergy to some dogs.
Okay.
Like we used to have a short-haired dog that would, like if she sat
Yeah.
on my lap and I pet her, I would itch. It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Interesting.
who knows?
Welcome
How's
to Dog
everybody's
Talk.
racing going? ZRL
Dog,
still
dog
flying?
talk.
Dodd's dog talk. Dodd's dad dog talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep going.
Dog dad talk. There. So another ZRL week in the books yesterday, huh? Anybody else feeling it today?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Felt it when I wanted to go back to bed.
Well, thankfully you didn't, because man, so much we would have talked about without you. All this dog talk.
It was,
As long as it's not cat talk.
What about guinea pig talk? Is that a thing? No, probably not.
guinea pig dog. It was one of
I
my
don't know.
first pets. It was good.
Got to be a
Hamsters.
guinea pig podcast somewhere, but
Out of me.
Well, I mean, just based on the numbers alone, right?
sure.
No,
So-
ZRO was tough yesterday.
It was a rough course, man.
Not easy.
I had a great time with ZRL yesterday, guys.
Yeah, you did. Greg almost had to race. Almost. I don't say had to race. He almost raced voluntarily.
I avoided it once again like a champion.
Yeah. That's his trophy this year, like narrowly avoiding being called in as a backup.
Yep.
Our team was down because Stu was still fighting off what he thought was a cold, which turns out this morning he told me was actually COVID. So,
Poor
yeah.
guy. That sucks.
And we lost Alex a couple weeks ago, also to COVID. So we'll see. But yeah, yesterday was Temples and Towers, which is
Plenty of climbing.
3 brutal climbs.
One for the sprinters.
One for the punchers.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah.
That one was...
That first climb, I don't know what it was in yours, Sully. I'm assuming similar because your time was actually faster than mine. But they were hitting like 6.0 going up that first climb. I'm just like, oh. I hit a PR of 5 minute 4.0 watts per kilo. And I was like, yeah, I'm
Pretty,
not hanging on that.
pretty spicy.
Yeah. But anyway,
I mean, for guys like us,
Yeah, I did 4-1 through that section. It was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it caught
Aggressive
a
would
lot
be
of
a
the
good term.
C's off guard too. I think if you watch Sean McAfee's stream of our race, he rode with sprockets. His face kind of says everything in that first climb. Where he was
Is he like red faced and sweating like crazy?
I think like he was having a good time until the climb started. Then it was a sheer panic moment when he realized that we had to do
How
4+.
hot did the C's take it?
I think it was like 4.5 for most of the way
Oh.
up. Yeah, because
Man.
it's a tricky climb because it climbs and it flattens out, and it climbs, it flattens out, climbs, flattens
Yeah.
out. So the flat parts, that's where you get dropped. But
Or the downhill?
yeah,
Say.
yeah,
I can say, as a thick boy, as the first time I've ever been dropped on the downhill, and it's 100% my fault too, because like, you know, you always keep the power on
yep,
over the top. I thought I was, apparently I wasn't, and then I also had the diesel engine that is Fremont right in front of me, so you know he wasn't stopping. So I'm like,
right.
you see him fading away. It's very sad.
That was one of my first CRL races. Fremont was in. I don't know if I was racing. No, he wasn't on my squad. But man, watching him pull away at the top of a climb is very demoralizing because you're like, I'm not catching that.
Because it's just so like steady
And we had both. I think
Powerful.
we had both fallen off already too. So like we were already straggling, and then I just see him keep going. I'm like, God.
This is where it hurts.
so painful.
Yeah.
So
I did that at the end of the second climb, Dodd.
the no power over the top.
I
Not
got
enough
there,
power.
and,
Mine
and,
was
I, and I
none.
don't know if I could have hung on to the group or not. It was a small group. Like, I think it ended up, I don't know. But I got over the top of the second climb, and I thought, I don't really need a toe to the third climb where I'm definitely not hanging on. It was like,
So you were in the front group all the
I-
way up till the top of the second climb.
yeah,
It's pretty good.
As I say, good for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
What was the?
It's all right considering I only did 3-2 again for 20 minutes.
I was gonna say, what was the watts per kilo while you're in the pack? Probably like 2.8 something.
2-0, I mean, 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
I think ours.
You can go easier than you think.
Yeah.
It's true.
Is the moral of the story.
Yep.
If you get over that first.
Right. You
climb.
gotta stick with the group. No,
Man,
we,
I
the
thought I was doing so
second
well.
hill was definitely the defining feature of the course. I think we still had like almost 40 riders in the lead group for the C's after the first hill. Second hill, it went down to like 20. So,
I like that you say that was the
Yeah, I mean,
that was the feature that made or break it for those who made it to it,
yeah.
which I
yeah,
was not
because in
one
my
of.
mind, the third hill, like the 7-minute climb, is where, you know, even people in the front group dropped back.
Yeah.
People in the back groups like made up pretty big gaps.
Now, did you guys stick with the same bike or did you swap?
Stuck with the same. No swapping.
Same for me. Yeah.
What would be
I just figured, well, I'm already so far behind and I'm not competitive for the comm.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point?
Not getting fast. So
Not.
that was
Do
my.
you know?
my
Did
my
anybody
kinda-
swap?
I didn't see anybody stop. No, at least not in the lead group that I was in at the season.
I debated just because I knew I was going to be so slow up the comp.
Right.
And I wasn't trying to hold the group I was with. But I didn't do it.
Well, that was, we were looking at the
So
times
I would have had to.
after the race yesterday.
would've-
Sully made the point. Like
Yeah.
my time from the fall when we did do the bike swap with Dirt and Ernie was a minute and a half faster, almost, than it was yesterday, just because I did the bike swap. So it shows you. Well, I guess it was like 45 seconds faster with the bike swap.
And your power was about the same?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
It's great. I think in the fall I may have done like 3 more watts over the course of the climb. So
Interesting.
shows you that it does make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, last season going for the KOM, like I had to swap.
Right.
but
Yeah.
Do you think?
but I needed to swap twice.
Right, exactly.
Because I couldn't hold the 2 lightweights that, like, once we were over.
The problem with yesterday was there was so much tarmac after that hill. You know, it wasn't that
You'd have to swap back,
normal
right?
little finish down to the bottom of the hill. But yeah, it was a lot more flat. I was telling
Now the serious question is: do you think we need an entire channel dedicated to bike swaps?
Bike swaps?
Sully, do you think so? I'm happy to make it if you want me to.
I know you are.
I'm just saying, throwing it out there.
So if the people ask for it, it'll be there, I guess.
If the people want it.
give the people
for
what they
them.
want.
Well, you're going to have to get 2 bike swap channels because someone's invariably going to get confused and think you're talking about trading bicycles in real life.
Oh, you're right.
So-
you're right.
There'll be bike swap and bike swap IRL.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't buy one. Don't swap with Bonica.
Unless you like rubbing brakes.
Dodd, you could buy it because you said you could fix it in a minute. So
Yeah, you're right. I could. I could make a decent profit off that. Flip it, and then
everybody's gonna think you're a sucker, and then you're gonna be like, haha, no, it doesn't squeak anymore.
that's right.
That's awesome.
Yes.
No, I know I was telling
Steve,
Dodd. and
So I
stuff
Steve,
about
for the
my,
record, Steve, I could help you fix your brakes, but
all you
it's
gotta do
on
is
you.
ask.
Steve goes by La Pantera now.
La
Yes,
Pantera.
La Pantera.
Oh, El Gato?
No es el gato. No es el gato. Es la pantera.
Will always be El Gato to me.
¿Cómo se dice fierce?
Ooh,
El Gato.
going, I don't know.
Nothing. Sorry, my brain's on delay. Just like el gato.
Go dangerous, peligroso.
Is it though? Is it dangerous? No,
I don't know.
Anyway, that's it's a good segue.
It's dangerous
into,
to trade bikes with them.
that is true.
That's fair.
Actually, you're actually very. It's easier to stop because the brakes are already
They're
slightly
already there.
engaged.
You're kind of in a constant state of deceleration when you're not pedaling.
Yeah. No wonder he's so strong for that 20-minute effort because he's constantly pushing against resistance.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Permanent parachute.
it's a good segue into Greg's segment this week, our recurring segment that Greg likes
sure.
to fill us in on.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and head back to Animal Crossing, shall we?
Yeah.
Regular listeners will recall that last week on Animal Crossing, we were discussing how no one had a spirit animal, and we didn't think that anyone needed a spirit animal. I think Drew even said, we're
we
never
so
going to
wrong?
have spirit animals. And that was just 1 week ago.
How much has changed?
And here we are. Gentlemen, I'm glad Animal Crossing is something we were talking about because, boy, is it topical today.
I mean, this will be a defining moment, I feel, in the
Yeah.
histories
Of eat dirt.
of Eat Dirt.
Yeah. It's one of those wayposts, like a marker in time. We can look back and go, oh, yeah. And then we all had spirit animals.
We call it pre-baptism, post-baptism.
Yes.
PB and PB.
That's the
Oh, wait, that
timeline.
doesn't work.
So, I'll just say Jose, although other Jose, maybe Jose the First, has many other names to describe
Old
Jose.
Jose. Young
Sure.
Jose.
And it was in the Eat Dirt battle plans, which once again, this may be tipping the hand a little too much, Dodd, but the perils of making channels you think have good intentions. When we started the server, I think I recommended to Sully, can we have like a battle plans only section where the teams can discuss strategies and
Without
not have
distraction.
general chit chat? Yeah. And I mean, so here we go.
Well, that worked out.
The Eat Dirt Battle Plan channel. Jose started. I don't remember. I honestly don't know who was first. There were too many posts to comb back through and figure out what was going on.
Dodd, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
hire a new research department.
Yeah, I know. Our budget's so tight, though. I don't know. We're gonna have to just split it up and do parts.
Someone was it?
I
Was it?
think it was.
Steve?
I think it.
Interns.
I think interns. I think it was Jose who proclaimed himself the bull
Okay.
first.
Yeah,
I think.
'cause it was a previous nickname, former
Yeah.
team or something.
And so then
And then somebody else came along,
madness followed.
which might have been Steve.
I was going to say, I think it may have been Bonica.
I think El Gato was one of the first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then it spiraled from there as people kind of caught on.
Correct.
And then
They're
I don't even
continuing
know.
up until
Like
yesterday.
Drew had posted a bear gif, and then I made a comment, and then I was suddenly dubbed the bear.
I've had my name pulled out from under me twice already.
No. El Oso.
Yeah,
No,
and
also.
also. Yeah.
But I was like, now, full disclosure, I'm fairly certain that a bear is a reference to a gay man who is hairy, which is fine. I'm happy to represent them, but I in no way represent them.
I'm not sure they want you to represent them.
They don't. They don't want me at all. They don't care about me. But regardless, here I am, a bear of a man. Look, I even took off the
Yeah.
let the
So we
fur
can see
show.
your Wolverine haircut.
I actually need a haircut. I'm getting one today. I had mutton chops for a while. Anyway, sorry,
I
that's
do.
off topic.
So your N95 mask would fit.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find a picture of that and throw it up. Maybe not.
Anyway,
So,
everybody has a spirit animal now,
yes.
or almost everyone, including people that just walked into the server and are very much wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
Now they know.
Now they know.
Now
they
I
know.
have a spirit animal. Some
Which,
of them
okay,
actually
so
make
mine's the
tremendous
bear.
sense.
Mine's a bear,
Yep.
which, yeah, makes total
Sure.
sense. Greg, yours is
El Bujo,
the owl.
But why?
I don't know. Drew,
I can answer this.
I think Drew was the one that recommended it when I scrolled back.
Not only did Drew
Go for it,
recommend it,
Dad.
but after he posted it, like I was thinking in my head, because you hadn't had one yet, I was like, what's a good one for Greg? And immediately my head popped in, Greg Horned Owl.
Yep.
And then Drew pops up and types in, you should be an owl. It's like, God, same wavelength.
I mean, it's strange sometimes.
But why?
El
Because
Abogado.
he's wise and he's a swift killer.
I was going for the wise part. Swift killer, that's a good one. I like that part.
I mean, Greg's got himself
Because
some
he
speed.
hunts by night.
Yeah, that too. And he coughs up these weird, like, balls of spent animals that he's eaten. Just, like, plops them onto his carpet top.
Yeah. we could pan down and see the solids if you really want.
I think those are bones, Greg. They're not just solid. Those are tiny
I'll check.
vermin bones.
I'll check.
Sully secured the gator, or I think El Caiman.
Yep.
Yeah,
Come on.
because
Yeah,
we
that
don't
was-
have
Well,
we
first
don't
it
have
was
crocodile.
yeah, there was a weird miscommunication. I think language barrier where we all saw alligator.
No.
Jose saw
There was no language barrier.
crocodilio.
Sully speaks fluent Spanish.
He does.
There's no language barrier
Well,
for him.
Jose said I don't know that they have alligators or crocodiles where
Yeah.
Jose is. So he said they just call them the same thing.
They're not.
We're in Florida. We're a little more nuanced because
Sure.
Are there actually crocodiles
Yeah.
in Florida?
Not naturally.
not that I
I
know
don't
of.
think so.
Not naturally.
Yeah, not naturally. Maybe at the zoo, Busch
Right.
Gardens.
But what was it a few years ago? Somebody let a pigeon loose. I'm the pigeon. Python loose
you go.
in
You are a
the Everglades.
Spoiler alert. We were getting to that.
And
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
was a major like ecological issue.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, spoiler
That-
alert. My spirit animal
Drew
is the pigeon.
Drew is a rock dove.
I'm a rock dove.
Yeah.
He's a rock dove.
Again, Jose, the symbol of peace. I said I just wanted to be
Well,
one of the guys sitting in the road
there's
pecking at a
some-
bagel in New York City.
There's some debate. The rock dove, the pigeon, the symbol of peace.
That's me. I'm a peacemaker, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the New York
the
symbol.
dove
But,
is the
but
symbol
Greg
of
introduced
peace.
some debate here.
The The dove is the symbol of peace. The rock dove is the symbol of eating trash out of the street.
Yes, 100%. Pooping on your head as you try to walk into a building. Like,
Now, Greg, when you see Drew's emoji, what do you see?
Depends on what I'm logged into. But
What do you see?
on PC,
Okay.
I see El Cardinal. And then when I'm on
So
my
red
phone,
bird.
I see, como se dice, bluebird.
Bluebird, I think.
pájaro azul.
Pájaro azul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that bird emoji is
Transformative,
correct.
meaning.
So be careful when you use that emoji. You don't know what people are going to see.
I think
right.
that adds to the fun, though.
It certainly adds to the excitement for me.
Again, we discussed it in the Discord. Sully says to me, he goes, I thought you were a penguin.
My word for what it accentuates is the chaos.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody's just like,
Well,
what?
so the
People-
story is, I had mentioned bear with no intention of claiming the bear for myself. I come back after 8th period, and Dodd had the bear.
That's not true.
So I was like, all right, bear's gone. I'm good with that. And then somehow Jose baptized me with lion as a reference to my manly facial hair.
Yes.
100%.
Your main.
that didn't stick.
And I was like, all right, fine. Like, whatever people want to baptize me with. Lee Brill comes on the next day, says, my name, Leonard, is literally translated to lion-hearted. And I was like, well, I mean, you can't say no to that.
Can't argue that one.
Yeah. I was like, that's yours. So I was sitting there, and I was just like, you know what? I'm from New York. I see pigeons all the time. I was going to be a pigeon.
So, I mean, the other question is, why didn't you choose rats? Because it's also New York, right?
It's also true. I don't ride the subway often enough. The subway
Someone
where you
else
see
is
the
El
rats.
Raton now, though.
Yeah.
But I think they changed too.
I think
K?
it was Steve
Oh,
K.
you did?
Yeah.
He I don't
I
think
guess
he
the rat
realized
left a
the
bad
scope.
taste in his mouth. I don't know.
Raton is mouse,
Raton.
Yeah.
I think it's either one.
which Jose described as being well respected, resourceful, etc.
Yeah. Well, that was the strange one. Was somebody mentioned they wanted to be El Perro, which I thought was kind of cool, like be a dog. And then he was like, no, he was like, in Spanish culture, like you don't want to be a dog. I was like, huh.
Yeah, it's a derogatory thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Must be cat people.
how many
All these
people have
cats.
asked to be the wolf? A lot of people.
There is a wolf.
There is a wolf.
Oh,
There's
there
a
is.
fox.
I don't know who it is.
All right.
Los Lobo.
I think in the
Los
past.
Lobos.
No, I think
That'd be El
it's Matty B.
Is it-
Yeah. That's right.
That's-
Because
it's
we
like
had the
not
conversation. Yep. About
Oh, yeah.
It,
So it's open.
predated the
the
emojis.
emojis. Yeah. And then we, because KMB asked this morning, I think it was late last night, if he could be a wolf. Jose said no, it's taken.
But I don't think it's really
It
taken.
could be another one. There's a lot of debate over the lion too because we have multiple
Yep,
Leos.
2 Leos.
Oh,
I don't know.
think about that. I
Ain't
mean,
nobody
if we
coming
have
for
to
the-
go with seniority, I mean, Lee gets it.
So we,
Question there.
Most TTs written in the last year though goes to Leo.
also true.
In the last year or this year?
It's
All
like
of
a
Yes.
it's like a like what pro tennis or pro golf leaderboard. You have to have so many points in the last
Yeah.
calendar
6 months.
cycle to hold your rank.
Yep. Yeah, we, but so that's Animal Crossing.
That's Animal Crossing for this week. Tune in next week to see
Well, now,
what on
so-
earth is going to happen.
Animal Crossing continued yesterday in fury again after taking a couple days off because people who don't usually participate in Discord joined the TTT Discord. Jose realized that there were a number of people without emojis next to their names.
I thought this was kind of going to die off, and then
Me
he went to every server or every team channel.
Yeah.
And
Anyone
bless
in here
people
need
with
to be
their.
baptized?
So
I did not know that.
I think at this point we have learned that the only things that die off are meaningful conversations.
Yeah,
Everything else just keeps going,
Discussed ad nauseam.
important discussion.
Yep.
which is why I invented the poop channel.
Please proceed.
You know what I mean? The people
Poop is
wanted
important.
it. Poop is important.
A place that I could mute that does those conversations could happen.
A place that is free for all to come and discuss their bowel habits.
It's
a safe space. And Sully's got it on mute. You know,
I don't want to know.
he doesn't want to know.
Now we have
Listen, if I could tell my 13-year-old self how much I'm concerned with other people's bowel movements in my adult life, that 13-year-old child would
professionally.
giggle. I don't use the word professional in my job.
No, we also have another new channel though.
Go on.
What's that one?
We can all join at 6:15 in the morning.
Oh, yes.
Support our brother in arms,
Our
Miller.
neighborhood friendly rider
Better
man.
pants.
Our wayward Miller.
Carry on.
He joined us for his first ride back in a long time. Not joined us for his first, but one of his first rides back in a long time. Taking some time off the bike because life got a little busy.
Now,
building
I
a
have to
pool.
confirm this, but I'm pretty sure he's on day 10.
I think so.
today.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
I think Sunday was day 7, right?
I think so.
8, 9, 10
Yeah, and he had his wisdom teeth pulled on Friday.
on Friday,
And he still
was
rode
missing
Saturday
me.
and Sunday.
Yep.
He said he
that was
wanted to.
impressive. I don't want to use the word impressive to describe Miller, but riding the morning after getting your wisdom teeth pulled,
Not easy.
and I think they just put him under local, right? He didn't go down.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, no. How about unexpected? Is that an adequate?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll say unexpected.
There you go.
He couldn't feel anything.
But we that actually birthed 2 channels. Birthed not just the channel itself, but then the voice channel. Because
Shh, don't draw attention. Don't draw
to,
attention.
to keep him
I don't know how their 2 channels ended up in there.
keep himself company. Keep him company.
I told you, if you ask Dodd for a channel, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
I'm a giver. I mean, that's my love language.
The power has gone to his brain.
It did.
Taking over.
I got a nice healthy dose of humble pie this past week, though. We were messing around, and Sully was, I don't know, like timeout people. And
Yeah, there was a
left and
time,
right.
Sully, you were on a timeout.
He was on a roll.
Well, Kelso was starting the GIF thing again. It wasn't just.
The peanut butter channel.
I needed to be firm.
Not crunchy, though. Right?
I get so nervous whenever I start going off topic in a channel. Sully's gonna put me. It happens.
You wait for those eyes, and then you're like, next thing you know,
Yeah,
you got a big red
Okay,
clock next to your name.
that's your warning.
To be fair, Sully does not abuse that.
No, he doesn't.
It's usually warranted.
It's
No,
generally.
it's pretty much
yeah.
just if you are trying to argue for GIF.
Yeah. The stance has been made.
Like, that's the only sure way to get a timeout.
But he's posting in our little group chat that we have, and he's like, and I was like, yeah, crack down on those fools. And he's like, you're enabling them. And I was like, I didn't say I wasn't one of the fools. Next thing I know, I'm timeouted. I've lost my title as management. I'm no longer able to post in like 5 channels. And I was like, I looked at the timer, it said 5 minutes. And I was like, I might have been in the poop channel earlier. Wink, wink. And I'm like, 5 minutes? What am I going to do for 5 minutes?
It was like the middle of the day, wasn't it?
It was early. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
think
I know.
I was actually doing actual work at the time, and I got the notification in one of the, outside of the
I
server.
wish it would notify people when other people got timeouts.
Oh,
That would be so good.
I got the notification, Dodd, and I can't remember what he said. He was like, "Oh no," and then I was like, "What?" And then I went into the server and I was like, "Oh,
Well, the
fare
triggering
thee
statement,
well, Dodd."
right? The triggering statement for the timeout was Sully got on the coffee channel, and he's like, "All right, what do I need to buy to steam my milk?"
Oh, yeah.
And I, like within a second, I was like, "Milk, boom," and then timeout.
Context, I'd asked the same question the day before and gotten a smart aleck response from Dodd and no other answers.
I don't think that was me.
It was.
Uh,
Well, I mean, look, If you don't hire a research department, you're just going to have
You'll
to
never know.
trust
Let me say it this way. I wouldn't put it past me. It could have been me.
100%.
Sully sits up, folds his hands. Nope,
We're done here.
Not a doubt in my mind.
The defense rests.
It was you. But you asked for me to do something to get things under control, and what I did was
He silenced me.
remove your mod
Corporal
permissions.
punishment.
He removed the agent of chaos.
Put the chief agent of chaos on ice. 5 cold minutes.
Imagine how much
There's like a
Dodd could get
skill.
done
There's
now.
like a skill to putting people in timeout, though, Dodd. Like
Yeah.
they have to either be typing, or you need to tag them so they try to type.
Yeah, because you were.
So sometimes I might put Miller in timeout and he doesn't notice. You know,
Because he's not typing.
if it's
or
only a
anything.
minute.
There's no fun.
There was one night you put me in timeout, and the first time you did it was like 90 seconds.
Weren't you the first group?
Second.
He might
Miller
have
was
been.
the first. I thought I was.
Yeah.
I kind of hoped I was the first, and I was like, dude, was I just the first? No, Miller got it last week. It's like, so close. But yeah, I was laughing. I was like, I didn't even know the first time until Sully took a picture of it and sent it to me, and I went to respond, and I was like, what?
Now, my favorite part of that interaction was because I got banned, so I couldn't see your response in the management channel.
Yeah.
So he posted a picture of it, and he's like, "What's your response to that?" And then he's like, "Oh, I guess you can't type here anymore." It's like, oh, that's so cool, so cool.
I think it's the best part, the part that goes unspoken so often. There's an unspoken party who has access to many of these channels. Doesn't cause these problems. Mr. Greg, sitting over
It's
there,
Greg, yeah.
has access to many of these powers.
I have access to those
Look, the
powers.
owl is very wise and
wise.
strikes by night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay out of the fray.
See, that's why Greg is smarter than I am. 'Cause I'm like a dog with a bone. Just
You could say
see
you're
it.
like a
Dance-
bear coming out of
dancing bear.
hibernation, you know?
I'm like a bear with a ball. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sure.
We'll call you Pooh.
We need to put him.
I mean, that is so
That's very good.
on multiple levels, Fitz. I mean, good job.
All right.
As we speak, I'm actually
We're
riding with no pants
Polishing
on.
my
so-
dad's skills.
Did you see Greg's face when I said I wasn't wearing pants? Like,
Well, because I'm not wearing pants, but I have a tire on the bottom half of my body.
I just have a honey pot covering the bits. That's
Okay.
it.
All right.
Is that weird?
HUNNY.
Yes.
Is
Move
that
it along.
weird?
Like moving along.
It's weird and not in ways I care to discuss.
Yeah.
Oh, do I need a channel for it?
Definitely not.
Greg,
Use a thread, bro.
threads are so like temporary though.
And then just in typical Miller fashion, when that when that was Sully's response, he created a threat. Here, Sully?
I put Miller in timeout last week sometime. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
I want to say it was
I didn't know about this.
I want to say it was also the GIF battle.
Oh, see?
And he tagged me over on the main dirt in the Miller's Lounge. And he's like, Mike Dodd.
That's what he
That's all I
does.
It's like, sorry, bro. You're talking nonsense. Fake news. I had to silence you. This is Facebook's a research department.
Spreading misinformation.
Yes, it's a real offense.
Deliberate misinformation.
Oh, man.
Hey, are you guys riding with Coco or are you on Tempest, just generally?
I'm riding with Diesel because my legs feel not
Coco.
so hot.
I am no longer with Diesel, but I am on Tempest, I think.
I probably
All of a
should be
sudden-
with Coco because I keep
Y'all showed
surging
up on my
ahead and
mini-map.
dropping through. I'm at like 1.2 drops multiplier, which is not really helping.
I'm on Tempest, just on a TT bike to rack up those miles for this week.
Oh, are you trying
I
to?
don't know. I have no.
With the club
I've got-
leaderboard.
Let's talk about the club
I was
leaderboard
going
for a
to say,
second.
that was another adventure this week.
Yeah,
Getting rediscovered.
it was Sully, right? Sully found it. He's like,
Yeah.
let's look at this leaderboard.
Somebody
and then it
screenshotted
spurred
it.
everybody to ride more.
Leaderboard's been
Which is
there a
good.
long time.
Somebody screenshotted it though, and it was like,
Probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The leaderboard was big.
Actually, it was more than 2 because
What?
it was a January 1st of whatever year change that Strava was like, okay, now all these features we just gave you are gated. Because you used to be able to go into the leaderboard and like you could select to see elevation, you could select to see distance, you could scroll around and see past the leaderboard. And then
You still can on the website, Greg.
Oh, really?
you got to pay for it, don't you?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
as I said, there's a lot of features on the website.
Not for the week. Maybe for the year.
A lot of features
Yeah,
on the
say.
website that are not available on the phone. Yeah,
Well, and there's a lot of stuff that, well, because that used to be on the phone at least then.
yeah.
It's way more useful.
So I don't know who brought it back up. It again probably started in the Dirt Battle Plan channel, but Eat Dirt Legend says that Toby rode with Eat Dirt for 1 week and said he would be back. And we let him into the channel, which he dominated every week from then on.
Yeah.
And he never came back. Actually, the prodigal son returned like 2 years later. But he and then MTS were on top every single week, so I think everyone lost interest.
NTS
Sounds
man,
about
he
right.
puts in some serious in real life miles.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Ride reports
Terrifying.
are amazing.
he's on that bike for sure. He lives on it.
I mean, the pictures that he takes though are just you get such jealousy sitting there cruising around over here. Like I don't have mountains like that.
You're jealous of his mountains?
I'm jealous of his mountains. NTS mountains.
I don't have mountains either. We have hills.
Sully.
Have you guys ever eaten a jackfruit?
No, actually, that was the first time I've
Yeah.
heard of one.
So they use them as a meat replacement
Really?
for like vegans and stuff. Yeah, because it's like you can make it texture.
Well,
like
I guess I have heard about them in that context.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had
never
one.
had one.
I haven't either. Hey, you know
Greg,
what?
is
Next week,
what is the flavor profile?
let's all get some
of a
jackfruit and try it.
I only experienced it as a meat replacement.
Oh,
So the flavor profile was heavily seasoned.
liquid smoke.
Yeah. Why does everything taste like teriyaki? I don't know.
That was one of the, there's a restaurant in Manhattan where they specialize in like meat replacement. It's a vegan restaurant, and they serve a lot of stuff with that seitan or seitan,
Yeah.
Satan, whatever, however it's pronounced.
I don't think it's Satan's. I
Satan.
think that's a
I'm gonna
different
go
context.
I'm gonna go get me some Satan. But
I
everything,
mean, that gives new term to dining with the devil, isn't it? But
we got wings. We have wings and pot stickers and a whole bunch of different stuff. It all came with seitan, and I have never had a worse night of gut pain in my life.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Like it was pretty painful. When you consider what it is, it makes sense.
Sure.
so did you have the repercussions from the gut pain?
Oh yeah.
Did you say get behind me,
There's a
Satan?
channel for
There's a
that.
channel.
We don't need it on the pod. I do have a fiddle playing in the back of my head right now, though.
Like devil went down to Georgia.
Fire on the Mountain, Rumble Around.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. Bad gas and the channel worthy news.
I'm still laughing at Get Behind Me, Satan.
It's one of my kids' favorite songs.
Get
Devil
Behind Me,
went down to
Satan.
Not today, Satan. Check it out.
Not today, Satan. Gotta check it out.
Hey, you should make a restaurant and specialize in seitan and just name it Not Today, comma Satan.
And we just won't serve that. We'll specialize in
Yeah,
real
and
meat.
something else.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's like the Joe Rogan meat-only restaurant.
yeah. Serve
Not today, Satan.
all kinds of fun game. Fresh.
Oh
hunted
man. So Drew had an exciting Saturday.
We really need a guest, huh?
You don't think the banter's enough for the people?
We're going to find out.
I will say from the view counts, it's not. The ones with guests tend to do better.
This is really going to play in the Mornings with Miller channel, though.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that's our fan base.
Is it?
All those fellas.
The core.
The core
And
of
there's a
listeners.
couple of moms.
Yep. Couple.
Yes.
At least one.
At least one
one.
mom.
13% female viewership.
13%.
We were trying to name names to
13%.
figure out how we got there.
Thanks,
Greg,
Mom.
before you get impressed
We
by
got
that,
to.
it's the total views are less than 100 per episode. So
Sure.
you're talking maybe one or two.
So we figured
1.3.
Hannah,
Yeah.
Drew's
Hannah,
mom. That was as far as we got.
Shout out to Drew's mom.
Yeah. Shout out to Drew's
Hi,
mom.
Drew's mom.
Hi, Mom.
I think Joy from Z-Sun R,
Yeah.
who rides with the XLR guys and all that.
Yeah.
I think she might have watched a couple. She commented on one. So there's one other potential female viewer.
She does what? The
Maybe
B-
it was higher last week because we had Schwenker on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Should have
that's
brought her.
Schwenker brought her into the fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what is it? She does the B, right? Kiss at base training, or does she do C? I hope do C.
Oh, I don't know. I've never done it.
Joy leads one of them.
I know she's always on the XLR ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only time I've interacted with her. But
Those crazy 2-hour riders.
now I think she has something to do with the Zwift activity monitor, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I think so. I could be wrong.
I do also think she's good friends with our own Fremont. Right?
Hang on,
In
let me
real life.
consult the research department. They are telling me I could be totally wrong. So take that
You
with a
got
grain
a
of salt.
solid research department.
I believe you're right, Dodd, but if it's not that, it's a different app to be used during Zwift.
Fair enough. Hold on, let me. Yeah, they said maybe not. I don't know.
Where are we on the Tiny Cups app?
I don't know. Have you played with it?
No.
I think it would be great if it works, but
Wait, you tell we're on a podcast, Dodd. Tell the people what it is.
So the four of us previously were
I'm a vomiting child.
Oh no.
pause for Sully.
Make a channel for that.
I like that he muted his mic. Good job, buddy. Good job. I'll make a channel for the Sullivan vomiting crew. They're a spewy people. Anyway, the Vikings, whom the four of us are very familiar with and competitive against in the team time trial Thursdays, they use a system on their screen that lets people know, hey, I'm fresh. Let me take a pull. This is how long, blah, blah, blah. Well, it also has a team management application, and they started selling it to teams to use. And so I emailed them and I was like, hey, we're interested in this. We've got 8 time trial teams and would potentially use them for all of them. And so he sent me a trial run. And I think I need more time. He very generous guy. He said he would sit down and do a voice call and walk me through it.
Nice.
Sure.
But basically, it's up to the riders to put in their information,
Okay.
and then it auto matches people based on
Wow.
level of effort that you want to put in. So you can say,
Need an easy
I want
week.
to go,
Yeah.
as hard as I can,
Right.
or I want an easy week, and it will match you up with the team.
Interesting.
So, in theory,
So it's not just like an in-race monitor.
So it's more than
it's that too. Yeah,
It's like a team generator.
but
yeah,
it'll also. Whoa.
That's weird.
crazy, right?
Now, did he indicate, is this a subscription-based service or
No, it's a one-time fee.
Wow.
acquisition?
So, for a single team to use it, it would be €20.
Okay.
Uh,
$25.
and he told me, and that's just for the on-screen part of it that we've seen.
Yeah, the in-game monitor.
Right. And then he said he would do that for the first 5 teams. And then after the first 5, he would do 15 pounds or 15 euro.
Interesting.
So,
Very interesting.
Oh, it's always pacing in the background.
Oh, boy. Vomit's no good.
man, that sucks.
Well, I guess I could share with you guys my thoughts on Avengers.
Well, let's hang on. Let's build it
yeah.
up here.
During my
Saturday, Drew had a wonderful day. We were all split up, our usual Saturday crew, doing different rides, making up things.
Taking care of
Drew was
Swift.
off by himself.
Yep. Toward his whip,
Watching.
the Fondo.
The very first Avengers movie.
Yes, the first Avengers.
So go ahead, give us your take.
It was fun. I
No way.
I have to admit, I think my first
Did Drew just
big
freeze?
takeaway
He
from
did.
the whole thing.
Loki.
Nope.
Hold on, I'll stop. The Avengers.
Saturday morning. I think right off the bat, the first takeaway that I had was I was fighting my inner own father. So like my dad was one of those stereotypical fathers that sat there. That wouldn't happen. That can't happen like that. That wouldn't do that, because my father, obviously former military, kind of had an understanding of guns and explosions and things like that. So he was like, no, that wouldn't do that. So I had to fight that urge because I was like, it's based on a comic book. It is a comic in itself. So it's meant to be entertaining. So it was a good fun time. A couple of my big key takeaways. I remember when obviously spoiler alerts about people who die. I won't give away too much, but
it's a virtual commons now. You can spoil all you want.
When Agent Coulson died, I was floored.
That one? No, I'm just kidding.
I was floored. I enjoyed Agent Coulson. He became one of my favorites. And Loki kills him. I was like, no.
Greg, should we tell him about? Because he's not going to watch the TV
Agents of
show.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's not going to watch that, right?
Huh? Oh, I don't think so.
If
I
he
don't even
loves
know.
Agent Coulson that much, he can.
That's a fair
Well,
point.
he's going to find out at first episode of that one. Coulson's not really dead, buddy. You're going to be all right.
No.
He's not really dead.
That's amazing.
They did
Great news.
a spin-off TV show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he's in it.
Really? Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
about it.
I don't remember how they explained how he didn't die, but they did somehow.
He came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is one of those that I don't know, because that was a Netflix Marvel production early on.
Then it got bought by ABC or something.
Did it?
I think
Really?
so. Or
I thought
maybe
it
it was
started
originally
on cable.
ABC.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Did it? Netflix had distribution rights on it for a while.
It's still
got
on
tangled up with
Netflix, or it
Not
went back over
live.
to Disney.
I don't think.
I think
I
so.
think it's on Disney now.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
I never watched it. Full disclosure.
No.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I started it, and then I was like, I don't have time for weekly release of information.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The,
back to Drew's review.
Yeah, the Avengers, I think my favorite part about it was the epic one-liners that are in it. There's just so many great one-liners, especially towards the end, like during the big battle scene. I know I told you guys in the chat when Iron Man grabs Hawkeye. What does it say?
Better
Clinch
clutch
up
up
Legolas.
Legolas.
that was a great crossover for nerds everywhere. Like, are you kidding? You're gonna mix my favorite comic book series with Lord of the Rings? That was pretty cool.
You know that the people who are watching that probably also enjoy Lord of the Rings, so they're like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is just fantastic. And
Yeah, Marvel's research department does their work.
yeah, when
They don't have a guy on a bike feigning turning to somebody else behind him that's not really there, telling him that something's real.
Don't give away the secrets.
Oh, was it secret? I didn't
Pay
know.
no attention to the man behind the curtain.
What?
There's actually a real curtain here.
Now we put in the line where Loki's telling Iron Man something. They're having a conversation in the top of Stark Tower. Well, we have a Hulk.
Yeah.
My favorite moment.
Sure enough, Hulk shows up and tosses Loki around.
And the noise that he makes afterward, he's like,
Yeah.
they killed it with that one.
Yeah. There he goes. Puny God. That was a good one. I always laughing for those movies, those scenes. I remember there was a commercial years ago. It was like a promo for Spider-Man of some guy going around cleaning all the spider webs off of like the skyscrapers in New York City. It's like, so who gets to clean up that mess? Who gets to rebuild New York City after an alien invasion? Like,
I know who gets to clean
big
it up.
giant green guy.
The taxpayers, Drew.
I know who gets to clean it up. You'll find that out.
Really?
Well,
Interesting.
it's technically it's a Sony movie,
Really?
Yeah.
so
Interesting.
you'll have to watch it anyway. That's
I'm
really good.
excited. Yeah, but that was another one of those thoughts that I had that like irrelevant to the movie. But while I'm watching, I was like, oh man, why does Hulk have to go and grab the building and tear it down partially? Man, that's going to be so much money.
She was like, that's going to make it harder for me to get to work.
Right, like the traffic now.
Extra
Like,
20 minutes easy.
Think about the common man.
come on, Hulk.
So, and
Better.
to answer your question, they do address that.
Yeah.
That so
Interesting.
your concerns are valid. They address it
See?
in the movies.
They heard the people.
Yeah.
Much like Dodd with channels. I'm going to give me what I want when I want it.
I'm here for the people. I am a benevolent dictator. I mean,
I deleted the channel last week, and nobody said anything. So
which one was it? I'm curious.
Drew, it was Drew's horse channel.
Oh, the horse channel. Because nobody did it anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I felt bad. I thought that I'd be able to be more active in that, but the first time that I tried to do it, and I went to one of my students, was like, dude, just film me taking a shot from my virtual friend. It's like, what?
Did you
No,
further
you
than
are.
say of this basketball? A shot of
Yeah.
basketball. Not
The
we're
shot
not
of
taking
basketball.
tequila shots here.
We're not doing shots here. Yeah, no, the other problem, too, is just we have students in the gym most of the day, so it kind of got tricky. No, so we,
Sheer excuses, Drew.
Jesse wins horse. But
I
no,
deleted
Avengers
the
was
Dirt
good.
Ernie
I
channel
thought-
back. That was a sad day.
Well, that was, so then, what was that, recently? I noticed that the
That was
Secret
the,
Santa channel was
I think it
gone.
was the start of this past season, or this season of ZRL.
Yeah.
Well, in the Dirty Santa one, I think Sully just changes
Hid.
from something else, right?
Some of them did. No, some of them just disappeared for
Yeah.
They're timed.
a season.
Periods of time. Yeah.
There's some seasonal channels, like Eat
Each
Dirtiversary.
anniversary.
Yep.
Yeah. It comes and goes.
Yep.
Is there a pumpkin spice channel? I think there should be. I can make it if you want. I'm fully capable.
Yeah. Please.
Maybe
You can just change the name seasonally from McRib to pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
What is the one
The
from McDonald's around St. Patrick's Day?
Thin mints are out.
Oh yeah.
The smoothies?
Shamrock Shake.
Shamrock Shake. Ooh,
I'd
that's so
say we
good.
could bring back the Airing of Grievances channel, but that's Mornings with Miller.
Yeah.
I promised to actually destroy that channel, and I did. It's gone.
Yeah. Burned.
It cautioned me. Are you sure you want to delete all the content?
It was one of
And I
those
said,
that
Discord.
came out of
I
nowhere.
pledged that I would.
Came out of nowhere and just proved to be such a valuable resource for so many people.
I think my favorite part of the Miller ride so far is his recap of the day.
Yeah.
Because,
So
for those who
if
miss
you-
it,
If you made it into the ride,
yeah.
I hope to be mentioned in the post-game recap.
My favorite was when he talked about Dodd whining about me winning beer races.
That was good. That was good. Which you won you got, well, I'll say you won a beer race, but you got second place this week, right?
Yeah, only second place and then 32nd place this week. There were hills involved.
Can I say you had a pretty good DS with you at the time, though? I mean, his skills are
the first one.
his skills are underutilized, I think.
He's like, there's no climbs on this. Next thing I know, I'm going through
I don't think that's how it happened. I think I said
the first climb from Tuesday.
I think I said there's probably a climb
He's
on
like, I'm
this.
pretty sure this is flat.
He's
I was like
lying.
how I sold Miller on Park Perimeter for 0. Like, dude, no, there's not much climbing. 500 meters.
It's half the Alp. Yeah. No, none.
No, don't worry about it.
500 meters in one go, but otherwise,
It's
nothing.
broken up over the 9, almost 10 kilometers of the lap. Don't worry.
Hey, if you look at it optimistically, it also means it's downhill half the time.
Right, there you go.
It's rolling. It's a lot faster than the Alp. You keep your momentum.
You don't even feel it.
So, Sully, is your kid okay?
Yeah, he's all right.
All
But it's
right.
the same one that went to the ER last week. So
Oh,
jeez.
poor
he's
little
had
guy.
he's had a week.
Yeah.
Now, I
unfortunate.
don't want to gloss over the fact that I found out there's an Eat Dirt real life connection that happened during the Miller rides.
Yeah.
Dan
Really?
Meyer, we were on
Oh,
yeah.
chatting, and he's like, "Where's everybody from?" And I said, "Missouri." He's like, "Are you close to Cape Girardeau?" I'm like, "I'm in Cape Girardeau." I was like, "How do you know Cape Girardeau?" He's like, "Oh, my uncle lives there," and he told me his uncle's name, and I was like, repeated the last name. "That's your uncle?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "He's a pastor at this church?" "Yeah." "Your uncle married me." And then Keith's like, "You're Dan's aunt?" Like, no, I mean, like, he was the officiant at my wedding. Which, fact check. Turns out his uncle was out with shoulder surgery that week. So we got the backup guy who,
Just missed it.
man, was he awkward. I never thought I'd forget this, but apparently I did. But he, when he was marrying us, he had such a dry mouth that all of the spit concentrated on his lip and made this thing that would just connect while he was
Yep.
talking. And none of the bridesmaids or groomsmen could look at anything else but that.
It happens. You know?
It does.
It was so
The biggest
bad.
fears of
Yeah, I was
public
not-
speaking.
Yes.
So literally on Sunday, like I was praying at the end, and I got like something caught in my throat,
Oh, no.
and like I barely made it through. Like ran off stage, thought I was okay, like just cleared my throat, and I like it was almost like dry heaving.
Did you say not today,
I
Satan?
think there's like a bathroom off stage. I thought I was gonna throw up for a while. It didn't happen.
Oh, no.
You Sullivans, man. You guys are pretty quick to spew.
Yeah, I know. You gotta.
I think it's that time of year where you're just like congested and
Yeah.
you just
The layer of phlegm dripping in the back
I
of your
was,
throat.
I was choking.
Yep.
Well, we're glad you made it through.
Week.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, me too.
Happy to hear it had a happy ending.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, public speaking, there's so many things that can go wrong. Spit on your lip,
Yeah.
something in your throat. Happens. It's, you know.
And Dodd can't edit it later.
No, you're on your own on that one.
There's that.
You could give me a live feed. I'll do what I can, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
A live feed of you bleeping out Drew's races.
So, also this week, which I pushed out yesterday, with our interview with Chris last week, we had so much good content that we missed out on a couple key segments, and I didn't want the people to not get their viewing. So we had recorded, Greg and Drew and I, those segments just on Discord, and then hopped over to the Miller ride. And I was talking to you guys about it, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to post this up." And Greg's like, "Whoa, hang on a second. These people didn't know they were being recorded. You may want to check with them first." The lawyer in
We need a
me
waiver.
says we should do
Is there a
that.
waiver?
Lawyer Greg. Lawyer Greg objects to everything.
So I was like going back and forth.
I object.
And I mean, it was no offense to me. I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, that's a good idea." Like, I don't want to. The last thing I want to do is make anybody feel uncomfortable or, have that whole thing. So the choice was, I'm just going to scrap that part and just get rid of it. We'll just put up with the stuff of us, right? So I was talking to Jose yesterday, and I told him about it, and I was like, he goes, "This is my formal written waiver. You can put anything of me in anything. I don't care." And I was like, "All right, cool." So then I was like, "Hey,
Opted in.
I was like, hey, Jose, I got a director's cut. I'll send you a link." He's like, "All right." So then he posted on the Doddcast. I don't know if you guys saw that. He's like, "I'm just here for the long version," or something to that nature. So I sent him the link, and he just laughed at it. I was like, "Yeah,
That's awesome. Pure recording gold.
yeah."
So-
I still think I want you guys to watch it too, because, well, I mean, it's funny, but it's just us being dumb.
Pretty much.
It's the Discord channel come to life. That's what it is.
It's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Maybe we should hop over there.
Yeah, we probably should. We can wrap this up. Go hang with the fellas for a bit. So next week, my goal is to get our good friend Hannah Peters on here to talk about what it's like to race with such awesomeness here, but more importantly, her experiences and her view on things. So I think that'll be a fun one.
I'd say we need to be on our best behavior, but
No,
Yeah.
she kind of puts us to shame.
I'm hoping she'll bring along her Sauvignon Blanc and have a little sipsy while she's with us. We'll see. But anyway,
We'll say.
till next week. We'll see you guys then.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
Ciao.